Hello, and thanks for stopping by my watercolor Patreon page. I went to Ringling School of Art over 50 years ago, and in those days, Ringling was a very traditional art school. You became an oil painter the day you walked into class, which was okay, and I could paint okay with oils, but never quite suited me. The final year, they opened up where you could take other mediums, and so I took a class on watercolor. And right away, I liked it better. It was spontaneous, fluid. My car and my hands and my clothes stopped smelling like turpentine. And so that started my watercolor journey. After art school, for the next 10 years, I painted in the daytime and worked at J.C. Penney's at night. About 40 years ago, I began to travel around the country teaching watercolor workshops to groups and societies. And during that 40-year period of time, I've written 3 books and over 30 videos on painting and watercolor. My teaching in watercolor is, I guess, traditional. I think that we learn with shared knowledge and a lot of practice. And so that's what I'll be offering you. I enjoy teaching. Uh, I come from a family of teachers, and I find that teaching is as rewarding for the teacher as it is for the student. I'll always remember some years back, I was lucky enough to have lunch with the watercolor master and master teacher and master person, Frank Webb. And I remember asking Frank, uh, do you still enjoy teaching? And his eyes kind of brightened up a little, and he said, yes, that's the only time people write down what I say. And I know what he means. If you're just starting your watercolor life, or you've been painting a while and you're ready to take that next step on your watercolor journey, this class is going to be directed to you. I'll begin the class by talking to you a little bit about what my goals are in approaching this subject. And then we'll do a few I get the idea demos to kind of get the point across. This is cerulean blue. I'm just mixing into that and putting that down on the page. And then we'll take Areolin and a little Red Hot Mama. And we'll I'm putting this, notice I'm putting that in and letting it blend into. My stroke isn't just horizontal the way we just did. We're bringing color into color, but I'm not grinding it together. And I'll try to talk to you about that a bit more. I'm trying to explain. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm watching the page and I'm bringing the pigment into the page and letting one thing blend into the next thing. And again, I'm placing it next to, a little bit into, but allowing these colors to blend together, wet into wet. They seep into each other. They have a vitality. And as I said, I try to come in and save a little bit of white. Just simple silhouette. And then I'll follow up with a finished demonstration of a particular subject. You'll see the reference material and the value sketches and those things along the way. And I'll try to pass on to you the colors I'm using and my thoughts about what's going on while the demo is in progress. every other month, we'll have a live Zoom critique where students will send in their paintings and Martha will print them out and I'll be able to put them on the board and critique them. And you're invited certainly to participate in that. Or if you prefer, you can just sit in and you'll have the opportunity to learn from other people's paintings as well as your own.
Ron, I just want to say this way of looking of you critiquing is really fast. I've never had a teacher do it before, and it's because now you can actually really see the changes that you're
Right. Right. Actually, I would love to take credit, but Martha thought of this. We started our Zoom class, and people would hold up and we were having a critique, and people would hold them up.
Yeah.
And it was just causing all kinds of problems. So Martha said, well, y'all take pictures of them with your phones and then email them to me. And right away, you know, it's on cheap paper, so the paint quality is not what it could be. But I can, you know, paint on them and at least give more of a visual rather than verbal explanation. I feel like probably you've got this. This is Peggy. Peggy, you've got this wonderful area of light. It's okay. That's where you want the light to be in the body of the work. I don't let lights go off the page if I can help it.
Okay.
And all we need to do here is come in. Let me get a big brush. And let's sacrifice this light so that we emphasize the light in the middle ground together. And so this begins to be more demanding because we're getting rid of the competition. And we could also just maybe, I don't need this down here. Maybe let this go a little, not dark, but darker. And maybe we'll let this get a little darker here. And everything is now bringing me to this area of the painting.
There's a real path now. I can see there's a real, the S curve is there.
Right. And then I come right in here. And,
oh, my little, I was scared. Yeah.
no. Just practice what we did yesterday at 10, 50, 40. And and then
mine were 3 times bigger than that. So I took them out. So thank you. Now I have a proportion, a reference.
Now see, they're a little too evenly dark, and I mean, so they're not just jumping out of the page. That's better. I'm picking on you, but
no, that's fine.
Got a beautiful light here, and a beautiful light here, and a beautiful light there. I kind of want to say, and a beautiful light there. I want to pick and choose, and so I'm going to sacrifice that one, and I want that to be darker and more dramatic. And maybe let that be more entertainingly irregular. Maybe we'll stick a rock in here and a rock in there. And it just, I don't want that to be a light. Every other month, you'll also receive a work booklet exploring a variety of subjects, thoughts, observations to clarify your thinking and enhance your awareness of watercolor. When you join our channel, you'll also have 24/7 access to all of my previous videos to watch at your convenience. You're also invited to join our chat room where you can get to know your fellow painters and talk about your breakthroughs and disasters and just have fellowship with your classmates. Painting is one of the few art forms where our skills don't diminish as we get older, but we can continue to improve. As long as you can do this, you can expand your horizons all through your painting life. I like to say there's no better brain exercise than painting in watercolor. So come join us as we explore this wonderful, magical, crazy world of watercolor painting. Thank you.